Have you ever wondered why some people seem to conquer every goal they set, while others give up halfway? What if I told you the real secret isn't motivation, talent, or luck, but something far more powerful? Today, you're about to discover how to force yourself to be consistent every single day with insights from Dr. Myles Munroe that could change the course of your life. Before we dive into these life-changing strategies, don't forget to subscribe to the Growth Mindset Project and ring that bell so you never miss the tools and ideas that will shape your future. Join our community right now. Your journey to growth starts here. Let's get real. Consistency is one of the most underrated forces in achieving anything meaningful. It's the bridge that carries you from where you are to where you want to be. So many people set out with giant hopes and grand dreams. The energy is sky high in the beginning. But somewhere along the way, most people lose steam. Why? Because starting is easy. But sustaining, that's an entirely different game. Dr. Myles Munroe made it clear. Success is never about a single grand gesture. It's about what you do every single day, especially when no one is clapping, when progress seems invisible, or when you downright don't feel like it. Think of a sculptor working on a block of marble. Every tiny chip might seem insignificant at first, but over time, the masterpiece emerges. It's the daily discipline, the repeated actions that create greatness. Force yourself to be consistent, too. Isn't just about grinding away, it's about building self-trust. Every day you match your actions to your intentions, you reinforce the idea that you can rely on yourself. This trust grows into self-confidence. It's not about being perfect, it's about showing up again and again, even after you stumble. And here's a powerful truth. Consistency is the cousin of compound interest. Small daily actions stack up into extraordinary results. Imagine if you read just 10 pages a day. That may seem tiny, but over a year, it adds up to 12 entire books. Force yourself to be consistent too, in those moments where quitting is easier, and you'll start to see those ripples grow. Most people give up because motivation fades. Maybe you wake up inspired on Monday, but by Thursday you're exhausted. This is where your ability to force yourself to be consistent matters most. On the tough days, discipline is your anchor. Motivation helps you start, but discipline and consistency finish the race. At this 3-minute mark, if this message is resonating with you, take a second to like this video and comment below. Tell us, what's the one thing you want to commit to consistently? How will forcing yourself to be consistent too make your life better? Your story could inspire someone else today. Let's keep going. Life will throw setbacks and distractions your way. You will have days where your energy is low, when failures and unexpected obstacles cross your path. But here's what matters. Missing one day or making a mistake doesn't mean the journey is over. Force yourself to be consistent too is about getting back on track after adversity. Imagine your journey as a long road. If you stumble, don't turn back. Just keep taking that next step. Something remarkable happens when you force yourself to be consistent too. With time, your identity starts to shift. You begin to see yourself as someone who follows through, someone who's reliable, someone who owns their habits. If you consistently train at the gym, you start embodying the mindset of an athlete. If you write every day, you become a writer. These new identities reinforce the very behavior you're building, and this feedback loop becomes unstoppable. There's another powerful benefit. Others notice your consistency. In your relationships, your career, or your community, people trust those who show up time and time again. It's not the person who delivers once and disappears who shapes organizations or changes lives. It's the one who keeps working long after they feel like stopping. So you see, force yourself to be consistent too is what turns ordinary days into extraordinary achievements. Not talent, not luck, but that relentless, steady pursuit. Now, here's an insight from Dr. Myles Munroe that brings it all together. Discipline is more powerful than motivation. Motivation is like a wave. It comes and goes. Discipline is the tide. It keeps coming no matter what. If you only act when you feel motivated, your actions will always be sporadic. But when you develop discipline, when you force yourself to do the right things daily, those actions become habits, and habits are the building blocks of transformation. Imagine a writer trying to finish a book. If they wait for inspiration to strike, the book will never be finished. But if they commit, writing a few hundred words every day, no matter what, they eventually create a manuscript. That's how masterpieces are made. That's force yourself to be consistent too in action. Discipline also teaches you to value long-term rewards over instant pleasure. It's easy to binge-watch a series. It's hard to hit the gym when you're tired. But forcing yourself to be consistent too builds the mental muscle to choose growth over comfort. We're a few minutes in now, so here's a friendly reminder. Like, subscribe, and leave a comment if you haven't yet. Your engagement lets us bring you more tools for consistency, discipline, and growth. Back to the journey. Discipline is not something you're born with. It's a skill to build, a muscle that strengthens with use. Start small. Wake up 15 minutes earlier. Read a little each day. Go for a walk. Small wins give you momentum. As you prove to yourself that you can follow through, you build confidence to tackle bigger commitments. And here's a twist. Discipline actually gives you freedom. At first, it may seem like a restriction, but in reality, it lets you take control of your life. You become the architect of your day rather than a prisoner of your feelings or circumstances. There's a deep sense of fulfillment in knowing you have power over your actions. Let's talk about the ripple effect. Your acts of discipline and consistencies don't just change your life, they inspire others. When you force yourself to be consistent too, even when nobody is watching, you send out ripples that touch your friends, your family, your colleagues. Every small win you create sends inspiration further than you realize. Here's the magic. Persistence is just consistency in action. It's how you keep showing up, even when you can't see immediate results. A single drop doesn't fill a glass, but enough drops, day after day, will eventually overflow. The impact of your consistent actions builds over time, changing not just your results, but who you are at your core. One crucial tool for staying on track is accountability. Dr. Munroe often emphasized that accountability bridges the gap between intention and action. When you're held accountable, either to yourself, a mentor, a friend, slipping into old habits becomes harder. Set clear, specific goals and check your progress. Celebrate the actions, not just the outcomes. Accountability also breeds integrity, doing what you say, even when no one is watching. And every time you stay consistent, you strengthen your self-respect. Over time, this creates a positive cycle. Consistency builds confidence, which makes you more consistent. Remember, self-belief is your invisible fuel. When you force yourself to be consistent too, you reinforce the idea that you are capable. Every win, every lesson adds a layer to your self-belief. You start trusting yourself and taking bolder actions, even when outcomes are uncertain. But to force yourself to be consistent too, you'll need to handle failure differently. Instead of fearing mistakes, see them as part of learning. Embracing mistakes gives you valuable feedback, builds resilience, and frees you to keep experimenting, growing, and ultimately succeeding. Every failure simply becomes another step toward your goal. It all comes down to this. Force yourself to be consistent too. No matter how you feel, no matter the obstacles, no matter how slowly the results seem to come. Over time, these small, consistent actions grow not only your achievements, but your sense of purpose and who you become. Ready to keep growing? If you want more insights on building discipline and the secrets to a growth mindset, watch our other videos and tap the bell so you never miss a breakthrough. Your next level starts now. See you in the next video.